In a world where the circles of hell are a reality, one man will journey where no living man has gone before. Sheesh, get a grip.
May God so grant you, viewer, to find fruit in your viewing. Now ponder for yourself how I could keep the eyes in my head dry when I saw close at hand our human image contorted so. What is the cause of this sadness?
Because he wished to see too far ahead, he stares behind and takes a backward path.
What?
These sinners tried to predict the future with witchcraft and voodoo, so now they are destined to spend eternity staring backwards as they walk forwards. They cannot even see clearly because their eyes are so full of tears. There passes Amphiaraus, Tiresias, and Iruns, and Michael Scott, and Eurypylus, and Calchas, and Guido Bonatti, and Astente, and Cain, and the wretched women. And then there's Mantua. High up in lovely Italy, at the foot of those Alps, lies a lake called Beneco, 1,000 brooks and more. A strong and handsome fortress sits at a low point of the surrounding shores. From there, the river Beneco becomes Minicchio, then Governolo, then Po. It turns into a marsh, and Manto, that savage virgin, settled on the land in the middle of the swamp. There she practiced her voodoo and later died. And over her dead bones they built a city, Mantua, the place of my birth. But anyway, what were we talking about? Circles of Hell 20, coming soon to a theater near you. So, when are you gonna faint? While we were shooting the Circles of Hell 20 in China, we wanted something different from the 19 previous Circles of Hell movies. I really wanted to delineate the different elements of vision literature seen in Canto 20 of Dante's Inferno. You see, we have the male visionary, Dante, who's on a religious journey, and then we have the guide, Virgil. Though there was no direct example of sleep in this canto, the lack of fading spell at the end relates to the theme of pity and the poet's progress in terms of his sympathy for the sinners.
As the pilgrim journeys through the various stages of hell, his sympathy for the sinners decreases. In the beginning of the Inferno, he feels very sympathetic toward the sinners and is so overcome by his emotions that he faints very often. However, in this canto, the pilgrim does not faint, suggesting that he no longer feels as sympathetic toward the sinners as he used to.
This canto is a major turning point for the pilgrim in terms of his sympathy for the sinners. In the beginning of Canto 20, the pilgrim finds himself so sympathetic towards the sinners that he finds himself crying hysterically over their fate. In the actual canto, Dante chooses to address the readers directly as the poet in the midst of his crying fit. He does this to justify to the reader the pity he feels for the sinners. And then in lines 27 to 31, Virgil berates the pilgrim for his pity of the sinners. After Virgil chastises the pilgrim for agonizing over the sinner's fate, no further evidence of pity exists in this canto. He doesn't even faint from the pity at the end of the canto, as he had previously done in the other cantos. Clearly, his attitude towards these sinners changes significantly over the course of this canto.
I really wanted to capture the punishment as described in lines 10 through 18 with the heads bizarrely twisted at the neck. Virgil's dream sequence in the movie is my favorite part of the movie, full of special effects. It's reminiscent of Dante's description of Manto and the founding of Mantua in lines 50 through 81. The imagery of Canto 20 generally appeals to the reader's sense of sight. Dante chooses to emphasize the sense of sight because sight is related to sin and contrapunto. In Canto 20, the sinners in this specific ring of hell 20 are being punished for falsely claiming they could see into the future. Therefore, it's fitting that they spend eternity in hell, staring backwards through the tear-blurred eyes. This extra sight imagery reminds the reader of the sin which these sinners are being punished for.
Canto 20 alludes to many famous soothsayers and diviners by placing them in the procession of sinners.
The most notable of these soothsayers includes Amphiaraus, one of the 7 kings who fought in the siege of Thebes and foresaw his own death; Tiresias, the clairvoyant who spent part of his life as a woman; Aruns, an Etruscan who prophesied the Roman Civil War; and Michael Scott, a Celtic scholar who studied the occult.